Hi, everyone. Dr. Allison Bumstead again. I am here to go over this unit with you. You are going to look at the Odyssey in full. Yes, you're going to read the whole book. Make sure you have your copy on hand. You can rent it from the bookstore if for some reason you do not have it. The really exciting thing about this is it's a poem. So it's a very, very long. An Odyssey. That's when we use those words. Like the van is called the Odyssey. It's a long journey, right? That's where that word comes from. We use it in our daily language, which is really exciting. Um, you're going to look at this book from ancient Greece, allegedly written by Homer. And what's really cool about this is it tells us a lot about the time, but it also tells us a lot about us as humans because this book has influenced Western society in so many ways that it has directly influenced us today. And that's something you get to explore and connect to as you go forward. I want to give you some advice on the discussion posts because this is where sometimes we struggle getting into our strive a little bit. So I want to help you right away so it makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to share this screen with you so you can see an example of a discussion post you're going to look at in just a second. So where's my share my screen? Sorry, one second. Usually this is, where's my share? Hmm, that's odd. Doesn't give me the option to share my screen for the first time. Ah, okay, there we go. It does. I just needed to be patient and look a little further. Okay, so what are you looking at? Well, I'm going to show you here. Um, this is an example. This is the example of your questions from book 1 through 4, okay? You won't see these. These are mine to see where you guys, to see how many times you've been in it and looking at it, and then also the grades I give you. Okay, you'll have a discussion topic that you'll post um, each week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you'll pick one of these questions to answer for your discussion post. And then the next one will be the Thursday, so Tuesday and then Thursday and then et cetera, et cetera. So you pick one of these. Your classmates will pick others. You won't see what they pick until you post. But say you pick this one. I'm going to pick this one because it might be something that a lot of people seem drawn to. What is a father? What is a son? What does it mean to be the son of whom you've never met to be one's father? This question isn't just asking you your opinion. The first thing you need to do is address what is a father and a son in the book, right? So pay attention to Telemachus and Odysseus. There's going to be a lot of names. I encourage you to keep a chart or notebook of the names as you go forward. Um, because there's a lot of them. So, yes, you answer your question, provide a quote from the story to support it, and share your personal story related to it. So, I would say you can answer these, then provide a quote to talk about Telemachus's and Odysseus's relationship, and then your personal relationship to the story. Now, this might not be the question you want. You might like this one, or any of these right here. What does it mean to be godlike from books 1 through 4? It could be any of these questions. When you pick them, just remember you want to give a citation directly from the book, not someone else's citation from somewhere else. When you have your book, flip through it, look for a citation. If you are one like me who likes to also get the audio book, you can buy the audio book. Make sure it's the Emily Wilson translation. You still need the physical book because in the audio book, it doesn't tell you the page numbers and lines. So what I would do to strengthen your reading skills is if you're one who needs to hear it as well, follow along in the book, highlight, stop it, tab it. Some of my students use like purple tabs for Telemachus and pink tabs for Penelope, blue tabs for Odysseus, for quotes that they find interesting as they go forward, because you're going to be really embedded in this book. If you have not read a full book in a very long time, well, here is your chance. A book that you can brag that you finished. It's a good book. It's a fascinating book with lots of stories, heroics, ignorance, interesting leadership choices, as you'll see, and beyond. But you'll answer those like that. So you'll do it here. Do not edit it once you're done. You'll do it here. You can pre-type it somewhere else, but please, as a reminder, AI is not allowed in this course. I will send you an email. We will set up an appointment to have a discussion about AI. Guys, in a world of AI, Sound like a human, right? Because when you go into a job interview and the door shuts, you can't have your phone out chatting anything. So chat, Grammarly, everything is out. No AI, spell check only. But Grammarly rewriting your sentences for you is not okay. You need to try it on your own. I am not grading you here for perfection. I'm grading you to see, are you making these connections? Can you make these connections? And if you can't, how can I give you feedback to help you? Okay. So if you answer any of these questions, um, make sure you pick one for your first one. And then once you enter it, you'll hit post. And then you will respond to three other peers' responses or posts, right? And so that's six total a week, three for one thread and three for another thread. So three for your Tuesday thread, three for your Thursday thread. All right. So when you do that, just like in the introduction, this week you start with your introduction and then you go into this. So your introduction, you need to respond to three peers. Further the conversation. So if somebody answers this question, you can say, hey, I found another quote. This quote supports that. I also can relate to that because this. Or I disagree with you respectfully because this and this, and I think that this supports this. Or I agree with you. This isn't just a space when you respond to your peers to be like, hey, great job, right? It's a place for furthering the conversation. So I don't want to see you just repeating like, oh, what a great job you did here. Good post. All right, right? You need to actually further the conversation. Your post should be about 200 words. And then your responses, make sure that you further the conversation. Ask a question, but don't just ask one single line question. Further the conversation, and it might be that you ask a question within it, or that you bring in another quote, etc. Or you bring in a comparison from another text you've read. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know, but you'll answer one of these on, I believe for our week, it's Thursday, right? Because you'll do your introduction, your personal introduction, say who you are, etc., what you want to share. You'll respond to three different peers threads by Sunday. On Thursday, you'll post this, then you'll respond to three different peers posts, and they can be of the same question as long as you're furthering it by Sunday. Okay. Make sure to stay on top of this because it needs to happen in real time. So if you miss a week and want to redo it, I don't accept it because it's not happening in real time and that discussion won't be responded to anymore. Okay. I hope that's very helpful for your discussion. Just make sure to pay attention to the instructions, provide the quote and cite it, right? So this will say cite it once I hang up this call here and stop recording this video. It will say cited. But anyways, if you have questions, let me know. But good luck. I look forward to reading your ideas. Also, one last thing. If you're sharing your personal experience, one, if you're going to share it, share it. Don't say, oh, it made me a better person. What made you a better person? What happened? Or um, you say you want to talk about you were lost. Well, what happened? How does it have to do with the story? Um, if it's something that is not appropriate or you don't want to share, then don't use it as the example. Whatever you do choose to use as your personal example, whether you're describing a situation or something that happened to you or something that happened to a friend, whatever, make sure you're willing to talk about it and it's acceptable to talk about so you can give the full details and not just partial details. Okay. We want to make sure we give that why because the why is the most important thing, the thing that AI usually lacks. Okay. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing your posts.